It's all about the north-south divide in California, and Landon Donovan knows all about it. Started his career with San Jose, and what a start he made. 87 games for them, and 32 goals, 2 MLS Cups along the way as well. The 2003 MLS Cup MVP before he made the move south. Frank Yallop has tasted both sides of the California coin too. 8th year as San Jose head coach, but 2 rather forgettable years at the helm for the Los Angeles Galaxy. As we continue the countdown to kickoff, let's bring you our Continental Tire Analyst Corner. What have you got for us today, Julie?
Well, the keys for each team, for San Jose in particular, sharp offset pieces. Best in the league with 7 this year offensively, and it's a tight field, so they're probably not going to win that possession battle. And for Los Angeles, the mobility of their top 2. When Landon Donovan and Robbie Keane are moving, the rest of the team is working.
Donovan and Keane paired up front last week to great effect, spectacular effect against Vancouver. That was the Galaxy's last win, 3-0. But Chris Wondolowski, all he does is score goals. He's just simply clutch when it comes to finishing. 6 game winners from his 13 goals, and he has a very familiar striking partner in Steven Lenhart, a man his coach calls different, which I think is an apt description. He's a player you want on your side, but hate to play against. North against south, the geographic and economic divides of California come sharply into focus whenever these 2 teams meet, and they meet for the 50th time in the regular season here tonight, for the very first time at Stanford Stadium. LA in the white, played against San Jose at Spartan Stadium, at Buckshaw, also at the Oakland Coliseum, but never before here. San Jose, on May the 23rd, went down to the Home Depot Center. Really started that trend, or continued that trend, of winning games late on. They were 2-0 down in that game less than a month ago, came back to win it 3-2 in quite extraordinary circumstances. In a sense, perhaps, a little bit of a revenge factor for LA tonight. They weren't talking about that publicly, but they really felt like they handed the 3 points to San Jose a month ago.
Yeah, when you're up 2-0 and you only need about 18 minutes to close it out, you hate to walk away with nothing.
Here's David Beckham to Robbie Keane with his first touch. It was a painful one for him. Oh, a thunderous challenge. Victor Bernardes, the Honduran centre-back, who's been such a big addition.
And although this is pretty far out, John Bush, the goalkeeper for San Jose, looking directly into that sun. You can see him with his hand up.
Yeah, ordering up the 2-man wall. Make many headlines, does he, John Bush, but he's one of the steadiest, most respected goalkeepers in the league now at the age of 35. His stats are amongst the best in league history, but it's this Beckham free kick to deal with. A little bit of a different delivery than perhaps the one we were expecting. Good early possession for the Galaxy. Robbie Keane came straight back into the starting lineup. Was careless though with that possession. Away goes Chavez, the speedy Honduran. Been such a brilliant addition. That's not a bad service either. Wondolowski storming towards the near post. That's where Chavez put the ball.
And what a good early look at what San Jose has been able to add this year. Speed on the flanks. Chavez is going to take on. He's going to go at players.
Didn't make many headlines, did it, that off-season acquisition? But what a brilliant trade for San Jose to pick him up from Dallas. 28-year-old Honduran. Sure he'll be in the running when it comes to the MLS All-Star votes, as will several of these San Jose players. A turnaround for the Earthquakes after just 8 wins last year. They've already gone 2 past that total. We haven't even reached the halfway stage. Landon Donovan not going to beat Justin Morrow to it. Back it goes to John Bush. Donovan. Side to Juninho. Robbie Keane taking over. Got right off the plane from the European Championships, didn't he? And right into the LA team last week against Vancouver, and scored his first goal in nearly 3 months.
And you gotta love that mentality of, I want to be in there, I don't need a break. Put me in, coach.
Really seen Keane and Donovan play as an out-and-out striking partnership much this season. Bruce Arena has Edson Bubble as well to choose from. Bubble out with an injury at the moment. Tom Donovan, whose goal against Portland really started this little revival of LA's. Seen them win their last 3 straight. Home wins against Portland and Vancouver, and the away win against Real Salt Lake. 3 goals to 2. Both these teams have actually gone to Rio Tinto in recent weeks and won. San Jose did so last week. Yep, late goal from Chris Wondolowski doing the trick again.
It really is remarkable the number of times they've been able to pull it off.
I talked to Frank Gallup, Jules, about that this morning in the late gate heroics. He says he's got so used to San Jose being behind, he doesn't worry. It's almost routine. It's just a question of when they're going to score and not if. The recipe is don't panic.
When you can see it, instead of just being content with walking away on the road with a point, they're fighting through that 94th minute sometimes, pulling out the 3 points. It would be a rather alien feeling to go a goal or 2 up early in the game. Know what to do with it.
Bernardes is picked off by Keane. The foraging work, Landon Donovan. Beckham letting it go. What sort of performance will he put in tonight? His first since receiving the disappointing news about the Great Britain Olympic team. Beckham's pass there. Picked off by the busy Sam Cronin. Cronin and Rafael Baca. Central midfield duo. Here's Baca on the turn. Chavez with Beitashour outside him. Goes for goal. It's there! Lenhart is there! Steven Lenhart to pick up the pieces! Oh yes! They call him the Lion King. And San Jose roaring to life early on.
Of course, it's Chavez again on the flank. Beitashour drawing the defender wide and really just getting a dip on it. Saunders caught with it, flying in front of him, unable. You can see the movement on that ball. And this is where Lenhart has been so good all season, along with Wondolowski. So opportunistic.
And how about that for the celebration? A few little pull-ups from Steven Lenhart. San Jose do have an early lead to play with and protect. First blood in the California Clasico to the home team.
Saunders will have wanted to hold that better, but to be fair, that ball was moving and dipping.
Beckham's service. Steven Beitashour taking command. It's goal number 6 of the season for Steven Lenhart. He just loves to push the opponent's buttons, whoever the opponent is.
He just physically beats up players too, which you love as a teammate.
He is from Southern California, from Orange County, and was a surfer, of course. Concerns now for the Earthquakes as Beckham will get a second chance to deliver across. A better effort as well, and a real melee at the near post. John Bush couldn't reach it. A collision too, which has left Bush on the ground. Franklin came storming in. David Beckham.
And this is what's so difficult about David Beckham's service, is he just whips it in with such pace that John Bush has got to make a quick decision, can't even get there.
Wearing the pink boots tonight. Really shocking news, wasn't it, during the week that Beckham has been excluded from the Great Britain Olympic squad.
I think it was a poor choice myself, Adrian, but I am not the coach of that team.
Stuart Pearce decided to go in other directions. Ryan Giggs and Craig Bellamy, as well as Mika Richards being the overage players. Looked to be a formality, didn't it? Pearce had even come out to see Beckham play 3 times on the West Coast.
And even taking away the argument of how much he helped the Olympics, I mean, put that aside, because I think, you know, you can make the argument Prince William should be on the equestrian team then, because he helped the Olympics a lot. But just for his team chemistry, for the way he goes about things in the locker room, he's so well respected. He brings a lot of positives on the field as well. He's been playing well. His service, bring him in for set pieces.
Well, David Beckham playing for the 89th time today in MLS. And in terms of English-born players in this league, that moves him above his opposing coach tonight, Frank Yallop, up to 89. Only Terry Cook and Andy Dorman, remember him from the New England Revolution, lead that list of English-born players. Frank Yallop was born in England. Yallop, who coached the Galaxy for 2 years, also coached the Canadian national team for a couple of years, but it's here where he's had all his major success as a coach. John Bush, I think he's okay to go, but San Jose seem to have another problem in the center circle. It's Marvin Chavez who's down, Honduran speedster. ESPN's MLS Game of the Week is brought to you by Adidas Soccer. Smart Soccer has arrived. 50,000 sold out Stampede Stadium. By all accounts, it could have sold 70,000 tickets. The phone was ringing off the hook at the Earthquakes office. President Dave Cavall talking about interest in soccer in the Bay Area reaching a tipping point, Jules, and he referenced cities like Seattle and Portland and Philadelphia, so there's no reason that it can't happen in the same way here.
I agree. This is a great soccer community.
Stadium is on tap. They hope to break ground a little later in the year. Probably 2014 would be the most realistic opening time. Chavez still receiving out of your picture just below us. We can see him taking some ice and some water. John Bush has picked up a real shiner, hasn't he, for his troubles. A little elbow perhaps from Lopez. And finally action resumes after a fairly lengthy delay all around. Chavez just went down, didn't he, in the center circle while John Bush was being attended to. Now he's back on. There's instrumental in the opening goal here. This effort could only be palmed away by Saunders. Right into the path of Lennart. Been a while since the Galaxy have won on the road against San Jose. Won in their last 5 visits here. Back to August of 2008, only 1 win in their last 12 visits. All the way back to 2003. So Earthquakes in recent history with the upper hand. Chavez in his 4th MLS season. Big part of the Dallas team last year, wasn't he? So it was so surprising that they did let him go.
All the injuries they've had this year, they'd probably like it back.
Lenhart driving Saunders with another uncomfortable moment. Spilled it, but no damage done. Take no prisoners sort of challenge from Justin Morrow.
And Lenhart so good in the air, the presence he has, afraid of nothing. Out of my way is what he's saying. All he needs is a little flick on that ball, and that's by Saunders.
San Jose, by the way, Jules, have been deadly in the air. They lead the league and then some with headed goals, which has been one of the themes at Euro 2012, isn't it? Goals in the air. Well, San Jose scored 14 goals off of headers, and Lenhart has been a key contributor amongst them. DC are next in that department with 8.
Well, then you have Alan Gordon, who comes off the bench for San Jose. Wondolowski's good in the air.
LA, by contrast, just 4 goals in the air. Same sort of aerial threat.
We're 15 minutes in, and LA still unable to get a hold of the game. Just struggling a little bit with the size of the field. It's a narrow field here, not a lot of space.
Both coaches were also mentioning it was a little more bumpy as well, the field. Regular surfaces. It's primarily a football stadium. Away by Bader Shaw. Tom Donovan is the only ex-Stanford man out there tonight. The LA Galaxy left back. She drafted out of Stanford by San Jose. Apart from Julie Fowler, of course.
I don't have an MLS Cup or 2 like him.
Donovan to Beckham. Nice little touch for Robbie Keane. You saw the bounce was problematic there for Keane. He's kicking up off the surface. Franklin trying to drive on to no avail. Now Wondolowski. Is the archetypal penalty area predator. I was reading some stats about his touches inside the penalty area. How many more he's had than any other player in the league. A high percentage of his shots are shots on target. Galaxy, as you said, Jules, just struggling for any rhythm early on here.
And you can see a theme for San Jose was when they get it wide, they're going to flight those balls in to Lenhart and Wondolowski.
Corrales and Morrow, the left-sided combination. Beckham sliding in with the pink boots. Justin Morrow has played every minute of the season so far for the Earthquakes. Not always at left back either. Quite versatile. Bader Shaw, so opposite number on the right back, has only missed 15 minutes. Frank Gallup mentioned those 2 players alongside Rafael Backer as the 3 who've really stepped it up and made a difference this season, Jules.
Baca in particular was one that teams weren't even looking at when they acquired him last season.
Yeah, went totally undrafted, Rafael Backer. A lot of teams were put off by the visa situation. To get one, being a Mexican citizen, despite the fact he lived in California nearly all his life. Here he is, Backer, trying to feed Lenhart. Lopez, though, stepping in. Maybe Junior Lopez, the Brazilian. Looking forward to the return of Omar Gonzalez, I'm sure, but that's still some way away. Due to start training hold in the next couple of weeks. Corrales. Then out to Chavez. Working on Donovan. Chavez seemed to have the inside track. Oh, and then the deflection. Almost worked out beautifully for Ramiro Corrales, who arrived late. Was almost the beneficiary of the bounce.
And LA still in this first 20 just seems flat. No one's tracking. Wide open Chavez again, getting in. Good block by Donovan, but it just seems like everything is a step off for them right now. And they've talked a lot about starting games with some more urgency, not giving out early goals, and you're just not seeing that in this first 18, 19 minutes for Los Angeles.
Bush's big clearance as Lenhart colliding in the air with Lopez there. That will be painful. Lenhart has his 4th goal in just 7 appearances against the Galaxy. It's the game's only goal so far. This was the aerial collision.
This is Lenhart for 70 minutes until he gets subbed out, sometimes 90 minutes. And then you get a player like Alan Gordon who comes in after that, and he's basically just beaten up David Lopez for 70 minutes.
Yeah, Alan Gordon comes in and does the mopping up. Pretty nice situation, isn't it, for Frank Gallup? But while we got a moment, a champion will be crowned tomorrow. Before I tell you about that, it's the goal here tonight from Lenhart. And the celebration that followed. I thought Mario Balotelli's celebration was good the other night, but that was just as good from Lenhart. Talking of Balotelli, a champion will be crowned tomorrow as Euro 2012 concludes on ESPN. Spain against Italy. It'll be some final from Kiev. Ian Dark and Steve McManaman will have it for you tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern on ESPN, ESPN 3 and the Watch ESPN app. Feast of football at the moment, isn't it? 55,000 the other night in Warsaw for the semi-final, and not far short of that here tonight at Stamford. It's terrific to see.
And they were streaming in 3 hours before the game when we were arriving. It's great. Tailgating. Reminded me of my old college days, Adrian.
Oh, come on. You've got crowds like this, I'm sure.
Couldn't stop for a little tailgate time, unfortunately.
The walking wounded out there. So far, though, it's been a bruising encounter. Takes a lot to stop that man, doesn't it, Stephen Lenhart? But it's a shiner for John Bush. We had Martin Chavez going off for a mystery ailment for some time, and now Lenhart and Lopez with a heavy-duty collision. Hilario Grajero with his work cut out so far, referee tonight. Lenhart still obviously a little groggy. It's not helping the Galaxy really find any sort of rhythm. Stop-start nature of this game so far. Josh Saunders, another with San Jose ties. He was drafted in 2003. But I won't remember the game in San Jose last year with any great fondness. He was sent off. It was an extraordinary game. Saunders sent off after Donovan Ricketts had gone off. Before that, Mike McGee ended up in goal. McGee was the target for that header there. McGee, you might remember, kept a clean sheet for 47 minutes in that game. Ended up as a goalless draw. Midway point of the first half, our MLS game of the week. So glad he could join us. Adrian Healy and Julie Fowdy. At Julie's old stomping ground here, Stamford Stadium. 50,000 here to see the California Clasico. At the moment, it's going San Jose's way, but the team become accustomed to doing the business late on in games. Bruising nature of the encounter continues. That was Juninho on Corrales. And a yellow card coming out for the Brazilian as a result. Corrales was flattened. Ramiro Corrales, the only MLS original left in the league.
And being the only MLS original left in the league, you won't want to take too many of those a game. And this is the frustration of that midfield for Los Angeles. Cannot get a hold of the ball. Juninho and Beckham playing centrally for them. Just unable to connect the dots in the first 23.
Another lengthy stoppage. Ramiro Corrales, who was from LA, but he played as a 19-year-old in the league's inaugural season in 1996. He was the youngest player that year. I asked Frank Yallop, what's the key to his longevity? And he said, I always give him Mondays off.
I used to ask for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
15th MLS season. He's played in total 210 times for the Earthquakes. ESPN's coverage of MLS continues next Sunday. That's July the 8th. We'll have the Galaxy in focus again as they travel to take on the Chicago Fire. Chicago against LA. That's at 3 o'clock Eastern next Sunday. Bernardes thumping it forward. Lenhart was offside.
One of the issues for Los Angeles is because they're unable to get the ball. You see Robbie Keane pulling back into the midfield, trying to get some possession, so they're not stretching the San Jose back line at all. Essentially just playing with one high and Landon Donovan.
Galaxy very much stuck in neutral at the moment. Wheels spinning in midfield, barely going anywhere. Maybe Mike McGee can begin to change that. He's had a great 10 days, Mike McGee. Goals in 2 of their 3 wins recently. Lopez. Signed from across the hallway, so to speak, from Chivas back in April. Bruce Arena really struggled to fill the Omar Gonzalez-sized hole that was left. Keane and Donovan going to get something going. They've been struggling with the bounce, to my eyes, Julie, those two. And Beckham has the rug pulled from underneath, and maybe a bit of retribution in that challenge from Corrales, who finds himself in the book. Beckham looking to prime the pump.
That sun is almost gone from John Bush's eyes, but it's worth the effort of trying to get one on frame with it dropping right there. He didn't try it before.
Beckham seeking out Donovan, falls to Keane. First chance to really go to work inside the penalty area for Robbie Keane. He worked an opening for the shot.
Trying desperately when he picks up this second one to bring it down, and so hard to get over that one as it's bouncing there. Really not even close in the end.
Robbie Keane, the 4th player from MLS to play the European Championship. It's all 3 of Ireland's games. Ramiro Corrales. Seeking out Chavez dealt with by Donovan. Chavez thought about the quick throw with Baca arriving. Comes inside instead for Cronin. Beta short. Cronin. Good run off the ball by Corrales. Not such a good pass though. Corrales playing further forward tonight. Corrales has played all of the season at left back, but left midfield starting berth for him tonight.
Look at that though, with one of the MLS originals, and he is all over that field. Left midfield, in and up at that right corner flag.
Wondolowski just a little off kilter with the return pass. How quick Rafael Baca was to retrieve and rescue the situation though. Baca, who always gives the impression that he wouldn't stop running until midnight if the game carried on. That's local time. Oh, a bit of a mix-up here though. McGee could profit from it. He's won a free kick. It's Hernandez and Victor Bernardes getting in a little bit of a tangle, almost in each other's way. McGee was brought down. Having conceded a couple of free kicks a long way from goal, this is in a much more potent position now for LA.
I was just going to say how well Chavez had come back to recover there, but almost getting in the way, and what a dangerous spot this is.
David Beckham, 2 goals this season. As he reached the half-hour mark, is he about to send a message to Stuart Pearce about the decision he just made? It's Beckham! It's a beauty! The message sent across the ocean, loud and clear. Ignore me at your peril. And the galaxy are level.
It's one of the keys every coach talks about. You just do not want to give free kicks to David Beckham in this area. Look, he comes almost across that ball. When he lines up, he's literally coming just across, and look at the topspin he can get on that. What a beauty. John Bush doesn't even go for it because he knows he's not going to get there. Phenomenal, phenomenal free kick.
Needed something a little special, didn't it, for the Galaxy? Looking out of sync and out of rhythm. Beckham steps up and delivers, and now provides Keane with a platform. McGee onto Juninho. All of a sudden LA are buzzing. Lovely movement as well, Keane. Block arriving. It's when John Bush needed it.
That is the beauty, of course, of also having 3 designated players on the field who are finishers of the highest caliber.
Delgaza's slice clearance will lead to a corner. Chavez, some heavy artillery to aim for. San Jose's prowess in the air, well documented, but Juninho is there to deal with it. First half in many respects at Stamford Stadium. So much stop and go. Goals from Leonard Beckham, and here's Wondolowski inside the penalty area, but offside. Again, let's see what John Bush saw. Not a lot of it, I suspect, Julie.
Picture-perfect clinic on how you hit it. He comes so flat to that ball. He's almost underneath it when he approaches it.
evening for Bush with that shiner. Can't have helped his general demeanour much. In the California Clasico. These two teams traded 5 goals not even a month ago. First meeting of the season at the Home Depot Center. Both of them in splendid form recently. 2 wins, 2 road wins in 4 days for the Earthquakes. And now Wondolowski is through. Has the beating of Saunders, but in trying to lob it over him, it allowed time for Juninho to scamper back and clear the danger.
Great example how quickly San Jose can get back in it. What a nice first touch here by Wondolowski.
Corner is in and dealt with. Donovan. Beckham's first-time ball is a delight for Robbie Keane. Help arriving for Keane as he drives on and Cronin. Next little chip. Back across the face of goal. San Jose defense congealing. Have a look again at Wondolowski's first real good look at goal. This.
If he just got a little bit more on that, maybe would have beaten Juninho. Juninho did well, though, to track that one. But a nice first touch even to get in the first place.
Juninho saving the day for LA. Saunders was out quickly to make Wondo's life difficult. Morales. It's distinctly more comfortable for Josh Saunders. Number 2 in the LA pecking order until about this time last year. Replaced Donovan Ricketts in the starting lineup. Wondolowski, who's had at least a share in the goal-scoring lead in the last 2 MLS seasons. He leads in this campaign too with 13. That's wonderful football. Jimenez on goal. 2-1 LA. Hector Jimenez did all the damage. The final touch off Jason Hernandez, but the Galaxy have turned this game on its head.
And this is the new LA Galaxy. Down a goal, no problem. Jimenez trying to just drive it across to find Landon Donovan, and this is always the danger any defender knows as you're running towards your own goal. There's not much you can do about that. But you're seeing both outside midfielders for LA, and Jimenez and McGee playing very high. Pressing that game.
Sorry, Jules, I was going to say that expression on Frank Yallen's face says it all, pondering. It's all gone wrong. He did almost jokingly say to me this morning, I don't know what we'll do if we get a lead early in the game. That's exactly what happened. Got themselves a corner. It's the efforts of Bacca. But really, it's 2 attacks and 2 goals for the Galaxy.
It's the beauty of soccer, isn't it? Which is what San Jose has been doing so much of, actually. Against the run-of-play goals by them, but often happening in the last 15 minutes of a game.
Can Chavez deliver here? Long corner, near post it goes. Again from Beitashaw, Chavez can't get there. Keane acts as the release valve and does so brilliantly for Jimenez. Real redemption for him, by the way, because he was sent off in the game a month ago at the Home Depot Center. Challenge on Stephen Beitashaw. Which was deemed reckless enough by the MLS committee to earn him an extra game suspension too. Corrales. Oh, it's a good-looking hanging cross, and Lenhart hung himself out to dry there, trying to get on the end of it. to LA's second goal again. And look at the run here. Hector Jimenez, how he was picked out beautifully. Despair for Jason Hernandez. Played a big part in that 3-2 win for San Jose last month as well. Hernandez, game-winning assist. Goal from Alan Gordon. Also won a penalty for the Earthquakes in that game. Handball against David Beckham. His goal, but take a huge chunk of the credit. Bernardes in the header, his fellow Honduran Chavez trying to turn on the Jets here, and he's got round one. It's become instant hit in San Jose. Such a firm fan favourite. May get on the end of this now. Wondolowski onto Perales. Donovan denying them.
Yeah, Chavez thought he was in. He was asking for it there. Good sequence though by San Jose.
Robbie Keane able to settle. Beckham. Sean Franklin. Searching ball. McGee was in his short size, awful mistake. Jimenez, McGee, and Donovan! Oh, San Jose only have themselves to blame. It was really handed on a plate to the Galaxy and scooped up by Landon Donovan. LA lead 3-1.
And this is where David Beckham just stretches defenses. Look at that ball, even though it's not in. Look at how it just stretches them, and really just a poor decision. And Los Angeles punishing them for that. But that all comes from that 60-yard ball by David Beckham to stretch that defense, drop them into their own penalty box.
I think you put that down as a nightmare few minutes for Jason Hernandez, because it was his own goal that gave LA the lead, and his back pass has just handed the Galaxy a 2-goal cushion. Very clinically and efficiently taken, wasn't it, by the Galaxy? And Donovan is his 4th goal in 3 games.
You look at the first 25 minutes. Los Angeles barely touches the ball. We're 42 minutes in and they're up 3-1. It's amazing how quickly a game can turn. Especially when you have the likes of a Landon Donovan and a David Beckham in your starting lineup.
Well, Beckham's free kick they could do little about. Once it had been conceded, it was all down to Beckham's beautiful execution, but the 2 goals that have followed will be enough to give Frank Gallup many sleepless nights, I think, the manner in which they were conceded. Galaxy seeking their 4th win on the trot. They've already hauled themselves off the basement of the Western Conference and into the playoff positions, 5th place. Those 3 wins, that's how tight it is. Is the watchword in MLS. It's particularly true, it seems, in the West. Bruce Arena. Number 2 on the all-time win list in MLS with 133 of them. Lennart's little flick looked promising for a moment. Beitashour. Perales and Morrow. The Earthquakes would dearly love to get one back before the break here. Morrow. Stayed in play, retrieved by Chavez. Lenhart arriving. And now the break is on. Keane. Oh, he misplayed that. He had Donovan racing away in the clear too. Instead, it's Wondolowski going to work. That'll be a corner. Absorbing into the first half here at Stamford Stadium. Chavez near post. Oh yes! What a response from Victor Bernardes. They're back in it, and it's a defender who's come up trumps for the Earthquakes. His first goal in MLS.
First goal, and what a beauty that is. Helping his fellow center back out. Probably feeling the pain for Hernandez on those last two goals. And he just gets a beauty on this to keep it down and low. What a great run and a great finish to whip it across his body. Perfectly hit. Low enough so Saunders can't get anything on it. And they just never stop fighting, San Jose.
Well, they're back in their comfort zone, aren't they? Down by 2 goals. Well, really quite extraordinary this first 45 minutes. 5 goals. I don't really remember a genuine save that either goalkeeper has made, really. It's like every chance has gone in. Do get those games every now and then.
You forget the Euros, Adrian. This is where all the goal scorings and the excitement's at.
Obviously, the officials are loving what they're seeing because there's going to be 7 minutes of additional time at the end of this first half. They don't want it to end.
We could have another 5 goals.
Earthquakes 2, Galaxy 3. Story in many ways, the San Jose defenders, the good and the bad. Wondolowski. Lenhart, the flag has come up, and that will make very interesting viewing. Because I'll tell you what, Julie, from where we are sat, which is admittedly very high up here at Stamford Stadium, that looked marginal. And I think the crowd are of the same opinion. Has Lenhart been booked? He has. Hilario Grajeda has booked him for carrying on. He went on and put the ball in the net. It's very loud here.
Exactly, that's unfair. You can't even hear that. And here it is. Oof. By a hair, he's off. I think barely, but there should not be a yellow card for that. He can't hear that. His back's to the sideline referee raising the flag.
I want to say the officials just about got the offsiders in right. It was so marginal. It was enough, it seemed, of Lenhart's body, the trunk of his body, beyond the last defender to perhaps give it. But with you, Julie, it seems overly official perhaps to give the yellow card very much. Following the letter of the law to the nth degree, but if there was any way Lenhart could hear that, it's clearly offside this time.
And Los Angeles playing a very high back line, so they're keeping things tight, but Lenhart trying to test it, walking that fine line.
Just joining us, that is not the misprint, 7 minutes of stoppage time added on to the end of this first half, which has already produced 5 goals. 3-2 it was at the Home Depot Centre last month. They're both coaches expected a much tighter game this time around, both Bruce Arena and Frank now suggesting this was going to be a low-scoring encounter.
Oh, that one looks on to me.
Keane has put Mike McGee in here. It's a curve. John Bush does well to palm aside. Both keepers perhaps more busy picking the ball out of the back of the net than making genuine saves, but that was certainly one of those. And now Lenhart is flattened. Let's have a look again at the Bush save from McGee.
Nice save. McGee just trying to curl it into that side net. Maybe if it had been driven lower, had a chance.
Number 8 all-time saves in MLS, John Bush. That's in terms of his save percentage, truly. I was reading only Brad Friedel had come up with a higher one in the whole history of MLS. Friedel only played 38 games. Now Wondolowski. Such a weaving run, he almost fooled himself there. Still going. Defense has looked exactly safe and solid here tonight, have they? So feeling that more mistakes could be in the offing. It's really ready for thrilling viewing, isn't it? This is Morrow. Now Donovan, Keane immediately peeling away in space, and he's found. Across to meet him. Donovan in a lot of space on the left foot. Plenty of power, but not the place he was looking to put it.
Landon's so good about finding seams. He noticed that McGee's got the back post, so he pulls up and just tries to find a deeper seam. Thinks he can strike it with that left foot in the corner. Bounces up on him, but constantly probing for that seam in the box.
Donovan up to 6 goals for the season. For the Galaxy's third here tonight. Lenhart struggling to stay upright there again. Donovan breathing down his neck. Card coming out here as Donovan was met by the challenge from Bernardes. He has a booking to go with his goal. The Honduran international who played in the 2010 World Cup. One game for his country. All the questions about whether Donovan will play in the next World Cup, Julie's dropped some hints that he may be considering international retirement, which would surely not come until after that World Cup, would it?
I wouldn't think so. He's playing so well as we've seen internationally and with LA.
Jimenez, first time.
He's just going through one of those very normal cycles you go through when you played as long as he has at that level. You have those moments, they're very normal.
He's never one to hide his feelings at all, as he went public with his thoughts just a few weeks ago. But here at Stamford Stadium, quite a remarkable 45, or should I say 52 minutes of football here at the California Clasico. The Galaxy have the lead. They were behind early on. After Steven Lenhart's opener came back to lead 3-1 at one stage, but Bernardes' goal has given San Jose hope of yet another comeback.